Well, Bally had been bought out by LA Fitness, and so I did not agree with the way that they were running things. And I thought that my clients deserved better than that, as they've been loyal for 6.5 years at that point. So I basically saved every single dollar that I had. We found a space, and literally within 3 months it was done because we didn't have a choice. And the space was born. I've had so much help. I mean, yeah, I know that ultimately, it falls on your shoulders, and that can be incredibly stressful. In fact, it is worth every moment of that. But I've had a lot of help. I met my husband, and he's helped me with social media and things that I just wasn't really thinking about because I was mostly focused on the admin and my own particular clients. There's a lot of people that have sort of been involved in making sure that the other things don't fall by the wayside, and along the way I've met some pretty incredible people that are also dedicated to making sure that this space stays as fantastic as it is and continues to grow essentially forever.
10 years.
I think we have a fairly unique sense of what we do and a style. I know everybody says that, oh, our cupcakes are the best, why are people not buying them? We really do offer a service that is sort of invaluable as far as I'm concerned. Many people consider personal training a luxury, though what we do is we make sure that everything is set on not necessarily a sliding scale, but that there's something affordable for everybody. Because what we want to teach is people how to teach people how to use their bodies appropriately once they leave the facility. Because I always say this, and it doesn't matter what happens inside the gym. If you can't apply it outside, the only thing you end up with is a nice waistline and some really pretty shoulders, which is wonderful, except if you're in a wheelchair, nobody can see them. So our goal here is to make sure that people understand how their bodies are supposed to move and not have to think about it when they leave. And that, I think, in my own head is pretty invaluable because, quite frankly, it's the way that I consider my own training style. It's the way that I implement it with other trainers and other clients. And I think it's a skill that we can't ever take for granted. Yeah, we are in the next 2 months is sort of the goal. We are going to open up. There's a big lofted space above where we are right now, just one floor above us, and the goal is to sort of take that space and knock it out. There's some walls in there that we actually really like, and we'll create a studio for things like hopefully spin and yoga. It will be much different, it will look much different than this. There will be sort of a room where there can be some heavy lifting that goes on, some squat racks and things like that, some more CrossFit type exercises, and some other sort of services that we plan to provide. We're opening a pro shop, which is kind of a cool thing, so we'll have apparel and snacks and things that are healthy that we believe in. I think we are really, we're excited about it, and there's a lot of things that are coming, and stay tuned. I am a very big proponent of talking about the way that you feel and having feelings and being allowed to have feelings and letting yourself have feelings. And I think one of the things that I was so conscious of when I started was that it was scary and I was terrified, and it was okay to feel that way. Because I think it's supposed to look like this was like that. It was so easy. There were literally days, maybe this is too much information, but I'm going to share it. There were literally days where I would stay here until midnight, putting something up on the wall, or when we started out on the stairs and it was a smaller space, I was making sure that the floors were spotless, and I would go home and I would literally vomit. I mean, I was so exhausted, and I was so, my blood pressure was so high, and I was so riled up, and I was so afraid that this wasn't going to work, and I would get sick to my stomach, and I would literally have to sprint to the bathroom. And I think that when you're thinking of starting something on your own, know that it is scary, because you feel that, and it's okay to feel that. Rely on people that care about you, talk about how it feels, and keep going. That's, as far as I'm concerned, that's the most invaluable piece of information that I can give somebody.